feel like we did both of them at the same time last time. Like Legends of the Hidden Temple. It's like we gotta go back down and get the right key.
He's gonna get it with 2 hands. Hey!
Told you. Just needed to.
What's going on, guys? It has been a while since I've been in front of this camera, but man, I am happy to be traveling again. COVID took a wrong turn for the travel plans, but we are back at it. Today, I just landed in Buenos Aires, Argentina. We're gonna be here for 5 days exploring the city. We're gonna pack on and head on down to Patagonia, where we're gonna do a 6-day hike, and then gonna conclude our trip in Santiago, Chile. So I am excited to be traveling again. I hope you guys are also doing the same exact thing out wherever you are. It is Saturday here in Buenos Aires, so we're gonna try to find out what we can do tonight. Maybe make some dinner reservations for the rest of the week, and then you know, see what kind of trouble we can get into over here. Last night didn't get into too much. We kind of hit a bit of a wall and needed to relax a little bit. We did make our way down the street and found a Peruvian seafood restaurant called Lamar. But for dinner, I had the squid and octopus plate. It was actually fantastic. It was kind of like dipped into a barbecue sauce. As you guys can see, today it is a super rainy day, and if you guys have ever been to Buenos Aires, you know that a lot of this stuff is walking around, and unfortunately we can't do any of that today. So we're just kind of relaxing, taking everything in, doing a lot of research on trying to find out what we can do more towards the central town, kind of down by the port. I'm really hoping that the weather clears up, that we can go down there and experience some of that stuff. Otherwise, we're just going to be eating our way through this entire city. One reservation I did make for Buenos Aires is at a place called Fogon Asado. It is an Argentinian steakhouse. It's going to be fantastic. It's one of those places where they do a whole experience. It's about 3 hours long. It's going to have 7 courses, wine pairing. It's going to have all the things that you can possibly want when you're in Buenos Aires and you want to eat steak. Good morning, guys. Today the weather has cleared up and we made our way down to Puerto Madero here in Buenos Aires. We're gonna venture around Puerto Madero for a little while, grab a bite to eat for lunch, maybe have a beer here on the canal. It's really kind of cool because on both sides of the canal they have restaurants and bars and all kinds of stuff that you can stop at. Kind of take a break from walking around, but very cool, very touristy. I kind of wasn't expecting so many tourists on a Monday morning, but that's okay. I'll be a tourist for the day, and we're gonna venture around Buenos Aires and see what we can see. There is a cigar shop at La Casa del Habano here in Buenos Aires that we're gonna make our way over to and see what they have. I know that I've got a lot of followers that are cigar advocates, so gonna poke in the cigar shop and see what they have to offer in there. I do have the intent on going to the Japanese garden. That was something that we looked up and looked really cool. We're gonna wander around here along the canal in Puerto Madero for a little while, hit up the cigar shop, and then yeah, venture around downtown. But for now, we're gonna sit here and have a drink and probably have some lunch and see what we can get into. Alrighty guys, we are back at the Airbnb. We had a great day exploring Puerto Madero. We did make our way to the other side of town where the LCDH was. Unfortunately, when we went inside, they really didn't have much of a selection. The people were very friendly. My first thoughts of the place itself was it's really small. The humidor that they have is really small as well. And of course, you know, a typical LCDH, they don't have any really great selection on the shelves per usual. The guy said that they were obviously struggling to get any inventory in from Cuba. So unfortunately we didn't buy anything. We didn't see anything that was particularly jumping off the shelves at us, if that makes any sense. But we did have a good time just kind of wandering around the shop and getting to talk to those guys for a little bit. So as for our plans tonight, I think we're probably going to lay low tonight. We do have a flight early in the morning to Iguazu Falls that leaves at 6:40 in the morning. It's about a 45-minute drive to the airport. So probably going to be an early night for us. We're going to probably walk down the street, find some food, maybe grab a drink or two, and then call it quits for the night. And then we'll be up super early in the morning to catch a flight to Iguazu Falls. Just a day trip. We're gonna leave early in the morning, spend all day there, and then come back at night here to Buenos Aires. So look forward to bringing that footage to you guys. It's gonna be quite the experience. So looking forward to showing you guys that. So, but for tonight, I think we're gonna call it quits, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. What's going on, guys? We have finally made it to the Iguazu National Park. It was about an hour and a half plane ride over here from Buenos Aires, and then about, I don't know, 10-15 minute taxi ride over here as well. So not too bad. We do have all day here, so we are taking our time walking around the trails. This whole park is kind of a labyrinth of different trails that kind of lead you back to the same places in the falls. So like I said, this whole park has a labyrinth of different trails that you can take. There's inferior, which is the lower part, the superior, which is the higher part, and then they have a long area that you can go all the way around that's called the Devil's Throat. I think we'll do the superior one right now because we do have a lot of time, so we'll walk that. And then for the other one, we'll probably take the train around because it's about a 2-hour trek. So hope you guys enjoy this. It's beautiful out here. Everything is green, lush, it's like a jungle, and we have to watch out for the monkeys. Always gotta look both ways, you know?
Holy shit. That is impressive.
Alright guys, we are back at the airport to fly back to Buenos Aires. We just did a day trip to Iguazu Falls. 10 out of 10. Completely recommend that trip as a day trip. The price of the entry was relatively cheap. The price of the flight to get here and the taxi into the park was relatively cheap. So 10 out of 10 recommend doing it as a day trip. The falls itself were absolutely breathtaking. Little bit of a hike, so be prepared to walk. There is like 2 or 3 different treks that you can do that takes you to different areas of the park, but doing the Superior route and then also doing the Devil's Throat route is the way to go. The Devil's Throat, you can actually take a train about halfway and then you have to walk the other half of the way, but completely recommend that. Don't miss out on the Devil's Throat if you can. That is where the bigger part of the waterfall is, and it is absolutely breathtaking. So we are about to hop back on a flight back to Buenos Aires. We'll be calling it a night, and then we'll be having a full day back in Buenos Aires tomorrow. So checking out for today, but thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you back in Buenos Aires. Ciao. Well, good morning everybody. It is our 4th day here in Buenos Aires, and unfortunately it is our last day as well. We don't have a whole lot planned for today. We took it pretty hard last night. We don't have a whole lot planned for today. We were pretty exhausted from the 8-mile hike that we did at Iguazu Falls yesterday. As you guys can see, it is really windy here in Buenos Aires today. Had a little bit of rain last night. It's chilly. So probably going to take it a little bit easy today, just kind of tidy up everything around the Airbnb. Maybe do some laundry, because tomorrow we are actually packing up super early and heading to Patagonia for a 6-day hike. But as far as the agenda today, we do plan on going by the Japanese garden. My travel partner needs a COVID test, so we're going to go try to find somewhere to do that, knock that out, and then probably just venture around Buenos Aires a little bit more. I feel like there's a lot of this city that we haven't explored because it's so big, but the majority of it, the Puerto Madero and stuff like that, that little area was so cool to walk around. So we might end up doing that a little bit more. We'll just kind of play it by ear. Alright y'all, we are back here at the Airbnb after a long day of walking around Buenos Aires again. Unfortunately, our time has come here in Buenos Aires, and we will be headed to the airport here early in the morning. It's actually only about 5 o'clock here in Buenos Aires, but we're going to actually pack up and hit the sack because we have to be up at about 3 o'clock in the morning to catch a 5 a.m. flight to Patagonia. So I hope you guys enjoyed Buenos Aires. This is a beautiful city, lots of history, lots of things to do, and to be honest with you, I don't think we even scratched the surface of all the things that we could have done here. Probably needed another week, but maybe another time. And as always, I will be linking everything that we did in the description box below. I'll also be linking the VRBO that we rented here from Sergio. This place was fantastic, and I'll give you guys all the tips and tricks of this place. So I hope you guys enjoyed Buenos Aires, and we'll go ahead and say good night and catch you guys in Patagonia.